Hey everyone, today we're going to run through a demo of the MobilityRE product and roll this out. So before I do, I'm going to give you a quick background of MobilityRE and then we'll dive into the product itself. So MobilityRE was founded a little over 8 years ago by a team of real estate professionals that had been in the business for quite some time. And they realized that this shift had taken place where all the consumers were starting to use their mobile devices to search for homes. What was interesting is the products that were being offered to agents and brokerages were really kind of missing it. I didn't understand what agents wanted, what they needed, and I think most importantly, what agents would actually even use. So we started building this platform coming from that agent and broker perspective, which has made a huge difference compared to the other solutions that are out there. So we've been doing this, as I mentioned, for a little over 8 years. Those utilizing it are having a ton of success. We're throughout the US, throughout Canada. So with that said, let me jump in here and walk you through the product itself. And I'm not going to spend too much time on these statistics because I think we're all pretty familiar. But that is that everyone's using their mobile device to search for homes. So you've got sites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Redfin. They're all showing now that over 75% of their traffic is coming from a mobile device. What's really interesting is as we talk to agents across the country, we continually hear from them, those are some of the last places that you want your clients searching. Now, there's two major reasons for that. The first reason is all of your competitors show up on those apps. So you can lose your clients as they click on some other random agent. The other is that the majority of those apps like Zillow and Trulia are not tied directly to the MLS, so the data is inaccurate. We hear from agents that their clients will search, find a home they like, reach out to the agent, you look it up on the MLS, and that home is sold weeks ago, sometimes even months ago. So what MobilityRE is going to do is we're going to create and customize an app specific to you as the agent with your branding customized to you and none of your competitors. Then we tie it in directly to the MLS, really making it the most accurate way that a consumer can search. Now, a couple other things that you'll notice is that we're able to capture and guarantee 100% accurate cell phone number leads without forcing a buyer to register. And that's a big deal because we find if you force a buyer to register, they take off, they go right back to where they were, Zillow or wherever. And this way, we capture their info and allow them to search. And then we give you a back office where you can track and manage those leads and see exactly what buyers have looked at what homes, when, what price range. And I'll show you some screenshots of that in just a minute here. Now, the way it will work here is we will create and customize this app for you as an agent, shown here in the cloud. And then we've created multiple portals or ways that the consumer will get the app and start searching. So the first way is going to be by texting in. That comes from sign writers, mailers, social media. And I'll show you some more examples of that in just a second. In addition, through the app stores themselves, iTunes and Google Play. The third thing is that we integrate with your existing website. So most agents by now, you have your own website. All we do is add a section to that that will say, hey, searching for homes on the go, use my free mobile app. They'll pick which phone they want to have the app sent to. They hit Get App, shoots a link right to their phone, captures their phone number in the process. The fourth portal is what we call the mobile-to-mobile share. And that's going to allow you to share the app right from your own phone to a potential client's phone. This has been really effective in open houses and other scenarios. So I'll show you some screenshots of that in just a minute here. Let's go back into the texting and I'll explain how that works. So each agent receives their own unique app domain. So for the demo today, I'm just going to use the word home1 as that app domain. Now, as an agent, we're going to send you your own app domain in the welcome email. So you'll see exactly what your unique app domain is. But again, for the demo today, it will just be home1 as that app name. So with your new app name, you're going to be able to start promoting and pushing that a bunch of different ways. But we're still finding if you have listings, that is a really effective way to generate a bunch of new buyer leads. So as buyers kind of take that second step, after they've looked for homes online at home, they will leave, start driving neighborhoods when they have found homes that they're interested in. Now, when they do that, they still want to get photos and see the price of homes as they drive through those neighborhoods. So we'll help you as an agent get these signs that will say for photos and price, text, whatever your unique app domain is. So it's not code-based per sign writer, because we know that that becomes tedious and it's hard to manage to switch codes out on each listing. This will just be your app domain. So if you had 10 listings, you'd get 10 sign writers that are all the same, because it's going to take them to your app. They'll hit the GPS button when they come in, and it will pull up whatever home they're in front of. Now, to give you an idea of how well this is working, we just had an agent recently who carries on average 2 to 3 listings at a time. He had signs made, hung it on all of his listings, and within 3 months, he had over 100 unique buyer leads that had come in to his app and were using it, searching for homes. So if you have listings, this will be a great way to generate some leads. Now, in addition to the sign writers, there are a lot of other ways that you're going to be able to promote your app. So we found a lot of agents will push their app on social media, update their Facebook cover photo. Others will push it on other social media like Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Now, in addition, any agents that are doing just listed or just sold mailers can promote their app and say, hey, we just listed this home in the neighborhood. To get pictures and info of this home or any other home in the neighborhood, use the best free real estate search app. Text whatever your app name is to this number. And we've even had some agents take it a step further, doing some TV, radio ads. Those that have done that have also had a lot of success with this. This kind of gives you some ideas, ways that you can promote your app, get it out there, and generate a bunch of new leads. Now, here's how it will work on the phone itself. So whether a buyer sees it on a sign writer or a mailer or on social media, they create this new text message. They'll send it to phone number 32323. It's the same for all of our clients across the country. That's the short code that we own and operate. What will make you unique is that app domain that we will send to you in your welcome email. So again, for the demo, I'm just using the word home1 as that app domain. You will receive your own in that welcome email. So the buyer puts that in as the message, home1. They hit send. Within 2 or 3 seconds, they get this message back that says, hey, welcome. To see photos and info, use this free home search app. It'll then have agent's name, link, and phone number. Now, this will obviously have your name as the agent, your phone number with that link, and as soon as they click that link, it's going to launch what we call the quick launch version of the app. Now, what that means is we open it in the browser of the phone instead of taking them to the App Store. And the reason we do that is we find if a buyer's standing in front of a home, they don't want to go to iTunes or the Google Play Store, wait for it to download, wait for it to install, and then get the information. They want to get that information instantly. So by opening it in the browser, it'll just say, hey, welcome, hit this Near Me button to get pictures and information of properties near your location. They hit Near Me, it pinpoints where they're at and shows them whatever home they're in front of. But the best part that agents continually tell us is that instead of just showing them your listing they're standing in front of, you'll notice on the map that we actually zoom it back a couple of notches. And the reason we're doing that is we find that these buyers will stand in front of a home, they'll look at it and they'll say, you know, that home's nice, but it's a little out of our price range, or we need more bedrooms or baths. But the great part now is from this view, they'll realize they can see all the other homes in the neighborhood and they start clicking on those bubbles. But because this is your app, it's all branded to you. So now no matter what home the buyer looks at, you're the contact person. So you just became the contact of every single property on the entire MLS. Now, once that buyer's in and they realize, hey, this thing's pretty awesome, I can get all the information that I need on every single home on the market, this little download app button pops up. Now, they can always hit, no thanks, maybe later, or they can hit, yeah, I want to install it, open. That takes them to iTunes or the Google Play Store and will then install your app right onto their phone. Now, again, we hear from agents often this has become so much more effective than handing someone a business card. Business card will typically go into a drawer, maybe even in the garbage. But if you plop your app onto their phone, everyone has their phone with them all the time. So now when someone says, who was it that helped you guys with your home? It's pretty easy for them to take their phone out and say, oh yeah, right here. They click on the app and there's all of your information your contact, your bio, everything. Now, in addition to having your contact information and branding and everything, you'll notice that we will also brand the lender that you're working with here. When they click on this, it'll open up the lender section of the app, which will then allow them to get a mortgage calculator, direct contact your loan officer so that they can get approved, ready to go, get their financing in place so that when they find the right home, they can jump on it. So it's a great way to bring buyers, agents, and loan officers all together in one spot, get them approved, and finding that home so that you can close more deals. Now, I covered this Near Me feature that when they hit Near Me, it pinpoints the location and will show the homes around them. But in addition, they can always just click the map search if they don't want to use the Near Me feature. And that will zoom the map out a little bit to kind of an overall view of the area that you work in. Now, I do want to mention in your back office as an agent, you can set the default of where you want that map view to set. So if there's a neighborhood or an area that you really focus most of your business in, you'll be able to actually zoom or hover that map over that area specific, or you can zoom it all the way out and have it kind of over the entire city or area. So when they hit map search, it'll take them to that map view wherever you've set that, and they can click on all the different bubbles, zoom in, drag the map around. But what's nice with this new interface is as they click on these price bubbles, it'll give them the thumbnail below of all the properties, and they can even swipe through these photos. You'll see that's photo 1 of 26. So as they swipe through, they can get all the pictures of that property right from this map view, really making it the best way to search for homes because they don't need to toggle back and forth, leaving the map, coming back. They'll be able to get all the information they want right from here. Now they can share that listing, they can add it as a favorite. If they like it, they'll click on it and that'll give them the full size images and all the additional information and details of that property. But again, notice no matter what home they click on, you will be the contact person next to it here, where they will reach out to you with any questions or information they have. Now they can also filter that search, narrow it down by bedrooms, price, baths, square footage. Now, we also give you as the agent the ability to manage what data shows up there. So if you want to show actives and pendings, you can do that in your back office. If you only want actives, you can do that in your back office as well. So really give you, the agent, the power to control what shows up in your app, which is a great new feature that we have. Now, when they narrow that down, they'll hit apply, and that will show them any properties that match that criteria. And they can toggle that back and forth between the map view or a list view. This is an example of the list view, and again, they can just swipe through these thumbnails as they scroll through. If they like it, they click on it. That will then give them the detailed page and information there. So you'll see all the photos, the description, information. We have several different places where there's a call to action for them to request a showing. So if they scroll through all the photos, we figured that they like that home quite a bit because they went through every single photo. On that last photo, there will be a request showing button where they can just click on that. That will instantly send you as the agent a text and an email letting you know, hey, this buyer wants to go see 15 Skycrest tomorrow at noon. And there will also be a request showing button down here that they can always click on as they're looking at that information. Now, we've added another feature, and this has been a really effective and great tool that the agents have loved, and that is the property alerts. We find that inventory is somewhat low in a lot of different areas, and this allows buyers to be engaged daily when new properties hit the market that match their search criteria. So they'll be able to hit this listing alert button. It'll pop them right onto this page that says, hey, do you want to create a new listing alert so that you get notifications of properties that match your search criteria? They click create, and it drops them right onto the map and says, hey, just drag the map to the area that you want to find your home in. We've made it really simple here. So they'll drag that map, zoom it in. They hit next. It says, do you want to filter it by bedrooms, baths, price, square footage? They'll narrow that down. They hit next. They'll say, do you want to receive these notifications via text, email, or both? They'll hit save. And now, every day, they're going to receive updates of new properties that hit the market that match their search criteria. But the huge advantage with the mobility platform here is that we are getting this information now almost in real time from the MLS. So within a few minutes of that hitting the MLS, we're going to be able to send that to your client in a listing alert. So your client is going to be far ahead of those nightly polls where it sends properties, or waiting even a couple days before Zillow or Trulia or others have that. So there's a huge advantage for you now to be able to put your clients on these listing alerts, and they will receive this as soon as it hits the market. So a huge value for you guys, and reason for your clients to be using this instead of some other random app where they're not going to get that information till later that night, the next day. This is going to be real-time updates of properties hitting the market, which is pretty awesome. Now, we've also added the Share App feature. And this, as I mentioned, is really effective in open houses. We've heard from agents for years that open houses have become kind of tough to get people to register. People just want to walk through and then take off. But we've had a lot of agents now using this and kind of a laid-back approach. So as people walk through the open house, they'll say, hey, thanks for coming through today. Let me just share this free app with you. It's tied right to the MLS. It's far more accurate than all the other apps out there because it's tied directly to the MLS. That way, as you're driving around today, you can get pictures and information of all the homes that are on the market and know that it's accurate information. Hey, what was your name again? Let me grab your phone number and I'll shoot this over to you. Now, they'll put that in, they hit share, goes right to that buyer's phone. And the great part is now they walk out of that open house and they drive down the street. No matter what they look at, if they request more information, request a showing, it's going to you because it's your app. Now, we have a success story that came in just recently, and that was that an agent sat in an open house, and they had 12 people that walked through. Out of the 12, all 12 people said, yeah, that's great, send me the app, but I'd love to have that. Then from there, 8 of those ended up getting pre-approved with a lender that that agent was working with, and they went out and started showing homes to 8 of those people. So pretty incredible weekend there to be able to convert 8 people from an open house that are using this app now. You've engaged them, they're searching, and you're showing them houses. Okay, now quickly I'll cover this back office and then we can wrap things up here. And that is that every time a new lead comes in, you're going to get a text and an email. And that's going to let you know that, hey, a new buyer has just used your app. Click here to view lead details. When you click on that, it's going to show the buyers that have used the app, what they've looked at, when, what price range. We've also created some pre-populated responses. So you can say, hey, thanks for using the free app. Did you get the info that you needed? Or would you like to go see this property? And you can send that message instantly via text. And we found if you'll do that in the first 5 to 10 minutes, your likelihood of conversion goes way up. You're engaged in a text conversation and can start working with those clients. And you can check those leads from your desktop, from your tablet, from your mobile device. So again, we'll send those to you via text and email. Now, that's kind of the run through of the app. I've put our support information up here. If you have any questions or have anything that you need, feel free to email us at support@mobilityre.com, or you can call us at 855-858-0590. So again, there are 2 things that we stress to agents who've just gotten the app or are about to get their app. That is, 1, if you have listings, get those sign writers. The second is share this app with everybody. So even if you have other lead sources, reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to send you this app. It's more accurate. It's better than anything else out there. That way they're using your app. None of your competitors are on there, and you're tracking and knowing everything that that buyer is doing. So if you'll do those 2 things out the gates, you'll have a ton of success with it. Again, thanks for letting us run through this with you today. If you have any additional questions, feel free, again, to reach out to us. Here's the contact information. And we look forward to working with you and helping you to be even more successful in your real estate business. Thanks.